You've heard about elimination diets like the paleo diet or the Whole30 diet, but how do you use them properly to get results with your health? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do this so that you can move your case forward. I'm Amanda Malacheski, certified functional health coach and digestive and allergy detective. If you could use some help understanding why you have digestive symptoms and what you can do about it, subscribe to my channel and make sure to hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Monday. Elimination diets are a really essential tool in my toolbox, and they should be for you too, no matter what signs, symptoms, or diagnosis that you're struggling with. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to properly use an elimination diet to learn about which foods you should and shouldn't be eating. Using this technique, I helped my client Andrea figure out some of the triggers for her lifelong anxiety, bloating, and other digestive challenges. And you can too, so let's get started. So the first thing to know is that not all elimination diets are created equal. You really want to choose one that's sort of in the right township and range of the condition that you're trying to address. So for example, if you have high cholesterol or are diabetic or are trying to lose weight, you might start with maybe a keto template or a very low carb template. While if you are struggling with an autoimmune condition like Crohn's disease or Hashimoto's thyroiditis, you might want to start with the autoimmune paleo diet. And likewise, if you are struggling with IBS or colitis or some of these really digestively focused issues, you might want to start with a low FODMAP diet or a diet that specifically is working on digestion. But the key thing to know here is that each of these are just a template, which means that they're a starting place for you to get some ideas about where to start looking for your triggers, but they are not meant to be taken to the letter of the law. Each one of these needs to be customized specifically for you. And by that, I mean, you probably already are aware of some of your sensitivities, so you already are going to leave those things out. And likewise, these lists are sometimes really lengthy, and you don't want to just remove a million things from your diet. That's not necessarily useful. You want to really only take away what's really necessary to take away, because we want to keep healthy foods in your diet. If you need a little bit more help with this, you can check out my blog post called Choosing the Right Elimination Diet for Your Symptoms. It's over on my blog. I've left a link for that below in the comments. Once you choose your diet template, the next step is to remove some foods from your diet to see how that improves your symptoms. So the list is going to be different depending on which template you're choosing, but you're going to take out the likely trigger foods for your symptoms and leave them out of your diet for about 3 weeks. No cheating. This is really important. The more you cheat, the longer it's going to take to get to the answers that you're hoping to find. I do have 2 earlier videos. One is about histamine intolerance and the other one is about the low FODMAP diet for IBS. So those 2 videos can help you access my resources for a low histamine list and a low FODMAP diet list. Have you ever tried one of these therapeutic diets like the paleo or the Whole30 or the autoimmune paleo or a low FODMAP or a low histamine diet or a low oxalate diet or any of these? Comment below with which one you've tried. Next step is doing reintroductions. And for this, you're going to want to grab a copy of my Food-Symptom Diary. There's a link for that below in the comments. Or you could use any other food and symptom tracking tool that you may already have. And this step is the place where a lot of people get things wrong. So this is really, really important. The key thing with reintroductions is to only introduce one new food at a time. And I talked about this last week, but here's what this looks like. You take one serving of a food that you want to trial. So say, for example, you want to try gluten. You're going to eat a piece of toast for breakfast. Maybe you would eat another serving at lunch, and then you're going to stop and you're not going to eat that food at all again for 3 to 4 more days. But during that time, you're going to use your food tracking tool to note down what you ate and your symptoms and how your stool is affected, as well as any other symptoms. And then you can kind of look back and see what's happening. And the 3 to 4 days is because sometimes certain kinds of food sensitivities can cause a delayed reaction. And if you muddy that picture up by just continuing to eat all the things that you had taken out, you won't know which one's causing the symptom flare. So did you see an effect from the food that you tried? If you think you did, you can try it again, test your theory again and see. And if you didn't, then you can move on to trialing the next food. If you did see a reaction, it's probably best to keep that food out of your diet for the next little while you try and sort out the other issues that are going on. So step 4 is to repeat this process until you've made your way through the entire list of foods that you had removed and want to test. By the end of this process, you should have a very clear list of the foods that are okay and the foods that are aggravating your symptoms and that you need to back off of for a while. But a word of caution about some of the specialty diets that remove a lot of foods. This is a common mistake I see sometimes people making, where they actually take one basic elimination diet and then they pile all these other ones on top of it. If you have a ton of food sensitivities that span a lot of categories, you want to start looking deeper right away into some of the possible root causes, which can have to do with gut dysbiosis and other causes. And the reason for this is we don't want to remove too many healthy foods. I've seen people get down to, 3 foods. They can eat rice and chicken and one other food, and that's just no way to live. You're going to set yourself up for some pretty profound nutrient deficiencies, and your body's not going to be able to do the healing it needs to do. So this is why it's really important to methodically and carefully work through this process and only remove the foods that you really see some kind of verifiable reaction to. So now that you're eating a non-reactive diet for your unique body, you can turn your attention to deeper underlying factors and investigate those. So I have 3 free options for you to work a little deeper with me. If you need to talk to someone who can investigate and troubleshoot your situation, I want to invite you to schedule a free 30-minute assessment session with me. I offer these free over on my website. You can head over there to confluencenutrition.com/contact and schedule your free 30-minute assessment session with me. And in that session, I try and help you figure out where you're at, where you need to go next. And if I can't help you, I will do my best to refer you to a practitioner or other resource that could help you. An elimination diet is only one piece of the larger puzzle to solve your chronic symptoms. So I've mapped out the road to feeling better in the Roadmap to Recovery. You can grab your free copy of Roadmap to Recovery by heading to confluencenutrition.com/roadmap. I've left that link for you below. And I also have a private Facebook group called Hope for Healing Chronic Illness, where you can ask questions of me and our community, so come check us out. If you liked this video, please let me know by liking below and subscribe and share it with your fellow digestively challenged friends or family, and comment below with helpful if this video helped you. See you next time.